Hi, this is Rabbi Young. Thank you for tuning in to the weekly video email. I had originally intended to share the video of Rabbi Mona Alfi's confirmation class this week and just say, enjoy the video of me teaching about Superman. You can still see a link to that video below, but I thought it would be important this week to talk to you about current events, especially what happened in Colleyville this week with Congregation Beth Israel, Rabbi Charlie Citron Walker, and the three members of his congregation who were worshiping with him that morning. We are, of course, wondering, where do we go from here? And as we read the news, as we talk to colleagues, as we talk to friends, other synagogues across the United States, we wonder, of course, what happened. And if you want the details of the event itself, it's probably best to watch the CBS interview with Rabbi Citron Walker. I think he does a good job of explaining. It's about a 3 or 4 minute clip, so it doesn't take much of our time to watch it. And I think that would be a better explanation than anything I could do secondhand. Always best to hear straight from the source. So please do watch that interview with Rabbi Citron Walker. You can Google CBS interview Rabbi Colleyville, and you'll probably get all the hits you need. The details that are important are that the only person who was hurt was the attacker who was killed. All 4 people who were held hostage are safe and are dealing with it. One of the most brilliant things Rabbi Citron Walker said on Monday evening was, none of us are okay, but we will be. And we have faith that he will be with help. Another thing we keep thinking is, this could have been our synagogue. I think that's absolutely true in most cases. I think as far as CBT is concerned, we are doing our best. We have a good relationship with Fountain Valley Police Department. They patrol regularly whenever we make requests, and I have a request in that they patrol every Friday evening, and we will make it part of our regimen to contact the police when there's a Saturday morning service or a special event at the synagogue. So our relationship with the police is our most helpful asset, and we will continue that. We are also comforted by the fact that our synagogue does not look like this picture. There's a big Jewish star that's visible from the street, a big sign that says Congregation Beth Israel. And while we have a beautiful sign that says Congregation B'nai Tzedek, there's nothing on the street facing side of our building that says to the public, there are Jews in here. It's a very plain building, which is a huge advantage for us. It also requires time to drive in and go to the front, and then we keep our doors locked, and the windows are security windows. So we have a lot of wonderful things happening with our synagogue, thanks in part to Keith Kushner, who worked very hard with our security grant to upgrade our systems. And a lot of what we needed was just kind of strengthening the outer core, the outer shell, because our location is good, our systems are good. And sure, there are always weak points anywhere, but with what we've got available to us to spend, we've done a very, very good job with that. Again, thanks to Keith Kushner. So I am hopeful that we can maintain our security and that we can be careful as a congregation. However, we hear things like this from FBI officials, from senators, from Texas leadership, that this is not specifically related to the Jewish community, to which I have one word that is not really appropriate to say on a weekly message, but its initials are BS. I think we know all too well that this person was looking for a place where Jews are, because he believed, unfortunately, that all Jews have a phone bank to one another, and that that Rabbi Citron Walker could have easily called in the Jews who run the country and gotten the other terrorist out of jail. He also was quoted as saying he chose Colleyville's Congregation Beth Israel because it was the closest synagogue to DFW, to the Dallas-Fort Worth airport. And if that's a statement, then I don't understand how any leader in their right mind could possibly say it's not specifically related to the Jewish community. Which begs the question from us, what is the best way to respond to anti-Semitism? Because a statement like not specifically related to the Jewish community is a veiled form of anti-Semitism. And we cannot stand for it from either side. So when we see messages like not specifically related to the Jewish community, which we know are false, we need to immediately respond. Here are the reasons why this is specifically related to the Jewish community. Here are the things the invader said. Here are the things the person he wanted to get out of jail has been known to say. And we need to intelligently and logically and with as little emotion as possible respond to these highly charged emotional statements, which is not a difficult task. So at moments like this, we all need to take a collective breath and recognize that our voices do have a lot of power, and that we have the right and the responsibility to speak out for our people when they are in distress. Now, I've reached out to Rabbi Citron Walker several times in the last few days. I will keep doing so, of course. He has said publicly that he is across the board ignoring all texts, and we give him that right, we give him that respect, and we give him that distance by not requiring him to respond to us, especially acknowledging that when it comes to what he's dealing with, it's not about us. But when it comes to the Jewish community, it's all about us. So my friends, I ask you to stay vigilant. I ask you to stay safe. And I ask you to speak out whenever you see anything that reeks of anti-Semitism. Let it be known that it's not right. It's not the right way to respond to any situation. Have a wonderful week, a very safe and healthy Shabbat, and I'll see you soon.